then one of
No, but also that.
they broke down her moves, and then like one of the guys was like, "Oh yeah, one of her customizations is you can change your hair." Because some of the customization pieces in MK11 suck. It's like, why? I don't want to customize something I can't see in a fight. You know?
Right?
Yeah.
It's like Nightwolf's axes, sure. His headdress, I can see that, but like Sub-Zero, like you can customize things on his belt, like the ninja starter, like the ninja stuff. I'm like, I'm not gonna look at that. Like, why? You could have done anything else. I don't know. I love K11, but it has a lot of problems.
Most of which are because of the WB.
It's like
just for the Sindel trailer.
Because of the WWE?
Yes, that's definitely what I said.
That's literally what I heard, so... I can't possibly be right.
I mean, they're both evil corporations who want nothing but our money that prey on our nostalgia.
Sure.
I should probably turn my audio on.
Oh, but I've been watching Avengers Assemble cartoon on Disney Plus. It's really fun. Not Earth's Mightiest Heroes. It came right after that.
Oh. That's the only one I watched, was Earth's Mightiest Heroes.
Yeah. I didn't watch this one when it first came out because Earth's Mightiest Heroes was ended because Marvel wanted to do their own cartoon in-house, so they had to end Earth's Mightiest Heroes. And I hated that because Earth's Mightiest Heroes is great. It's super awesome. And that's on Disney Plus too.
It was great.
But I'm watching this and like the voice cast is like really good. Like Roger Craig Smith is Cap, Travis Willingham is Thor. Oh, shit. Laura Bailey's Black Widow, although she's hardly in it. And like it's all great.
Alright.
Sindel is great. I love her hair whips. She's like a brutal Dixie.
Yeah, she has and she has some cool combo stuff too. I'm really looking for. I'm really glad I bought the premium edition and not just the game and the combat pass.
Yeah,
it's nice to get these characters.
She has a butt smash, brutal.
Yeah, she has a flying peach. Yeah.
Yeah, flying peach. That's good.
I could eat a peach for hours.
I don't eat peaches a lot.
I don't really care for peaches.
Yeah, like I have to be like in the mood, and I'm rarely in the mood because I want to die all the time.
Well then, let's start the show, shall we?
God damn it! Didn't know you were streaming.
You always gotta eat a peach in order to get your peach ate.
Nah.
Where did we come down on that again? About
peach eating?
About peaches?
I don't
peaches
remember.
I
don't remember. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, Justin, you recording?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Ben?
I seem quiet.
I am recording. Yeah, you seem fine to me.
I'm using my old microphone because the connector onto my arm mount broke on the other one. It just fell.
Yeah.
So I had to switch back to this one, but it shouldn't sound that different.
All right. But we are hearing you via the internet, so it'll probably be different.
Still the same mic.
I just mean local audio file is probably going to be different than you through the internet.
Oh, fair. It just doesn't seem like it's spiking that much on Audacity.
Okay. It'll probably be fine. I remember Lowe's mic never peaked all that much.
It was always pretty low.
Yeah, it was always pretty low.
Well, you don't want it peaking, right?
You want to at least peaking. See the lines.
Spiking is, I think, what I said.
Yeah, spiking.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to start.
Okay.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Charge Shot Gamescast. Each and every week, friends gather around and talk about the games they're playing and things going on in their lives. Today, I have with me Justin.
I got a new light, so I look all pretty.
Let me take a look at this because all I see is
that's
pixelated.
That's be
Justin.
Great for audio listeners.
Yeah. Yeah, you're still pixelated for me, buddy. All right.
Well, if I wasn't, I would look pretty.
And today we also have Ben.
Behold me, for I am the savior of this world. That was my Liam O'Brien impersonation, and it was very bad.
Was it?
Yes,
Who's
it was.
that? Who
My
is?
favorite voice actor of all time.
What was that though?
But what was
He is. It's a reference to a thing we're talking about later in the show
it? Okay.
because he's voicing a character that got revealed this past weekend.
In a video game?
Oh, you're fight. Okay, got it.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm picking up what you're vaguely throwing down.
yeah. Throw you down.
Okay, so let's
What?
start this week with Justin and his stories.
Game wise, I haven't played much. Quite a bit of Pokemon still. I think 5 gyms in, 4 or 5, I can't remember.
Have you caught them
So,
all?
Who's
No.
so behind?
It's been a few days since I've gotten to actually like sit down and play like the gym challenge part of it, so I can't remember where I left off. But that's still very good. It's different from other ones. Obviously, there's a lot of differences, but it really feels like they put a lot of the onus on like side quest stuff on you. And I say side quests loosely because Pokemon doesn't know what a side quest is, but like that idea of like doing things between gyms. You know, it's not so much like you get to a town and like the enemy team is like stopping you from progressing, so you have to go do a thing, and then the gym opens up. Like, there's less of that stuff, and it's more just like between towns you go to the wild area, and like it opens up kind of new parts of that. Or like on your way to the gym, you'll run into like 2 or 3 towns that have other stuff you can do on the way to the town with the gym. But it feels like both more linear and more non-linear at the same time, which is kind of weird because like you can fly anywhere pretty much. Like it's not just like one fly point per town. There's actually like kind of more granular spots, and so it's a lot more like jump around. Like you might go to one town and be like, oh no, like it's good that you came here and like got registered for the challenge, but you got to go back to where you came from. And so you just like fly across the map again. You do something there, and then you like go back to the last town, and then you can move forward. That kind of thing. But I'm not noticing as much of like the the rocket hideout type stuff, if that makes sense. There's some of that like caves and stuff, but it doesn't feel like you're really like interacting with the bad guy team or anything like that as much. There is a really cool villain, or like a rival villain, that I didn't, because it's like you start with Hop, right? That's his name.
Yeah.
Yeah, like your main rival, and he's fun. Like he's that kind of like gotta go.
He's
His name
very
is Hop,
2.0.
and he's gotta go.
Yeah. Also, his starter is Score Bunny because I picked Sobble.
Oh my
So
God.
he's a guy that like has no patience and is always
He's
zipping
literally
around.
the worst person ever made.
Yeah, his name is Hop, and his starter is a bunny.
Fuck him.
It's great. It's not always a bunny, but in my case, it's a bunny because it fits.
Yeah.
But he's that kind of like Pokemon's been afraid to have like a mean rival ever since Gen 2. But then they introduce at some point, I don't know how to say the name, Beedee, like Bede.
I've been saying Betty just because it looks like Betty White.
Oh yeah, that kind of. Is it a girl?
I have no idea.
Okay. Yeah, androgynous Betty. That's just and like they are kind of interesting because it's not like you're from the start of the game rival, and like they don't have one of the other starters. It's just like someone who is annoyed that you keep getting in their way, and so like whenever you run into them, they insult you a few times, you battle, and then when you win, they're like, whatever, I'll see you next time. And like that, and I missed that kind of rival. It's like there's those kind of cool characters that you interact with, but it doesn't feel like the world like forces you to engage in it as much. And so I see why some people like have blown through the gym challenge and beat the whole game in like 10 hours. But for me, I'm probably at least 10 hours in and only at the 4th gym, because I've spent a lot of time in the wild area and like running around grinding and that kind of thing. So mileage may vary with this game. But one thing I gotta complain about is generally the online element. It's really cool to be able to turn the online connection on and run around the wild area, and see like other actual players running around also. It's random. You can't like, party up with people and like go do stuff together, but it's still just like it feels alive when like the Pokemon are traveling around the wild area and there's other players and like it's neat. But last night when a friend and I actually tried to like get on together and trade, it was impossible. Because the only ways to do it, like you can just do a link trade, which if you're not connected to the internet, it'll still do the process like normal, but it will only let you do local trading. And it's not really clear that you're not connected. So like there was one point when we had set up, sorry, I'll get back to that. The other option is like you can set a link code, which is basically like a way more convoluted version of a link cable, like from the the old Game Boy days, where you have to set a specific number that the other person you want to trade with also sets as their link code, and then it just searches in the background while you can continue to run around and do stuff. And when it finds someone else with the same code, you can trade together. So like I said, it kind of works like the old link cables, except you're just like holding up your end of the link cable, and you're like, hey, who's compatible with this link cable? Anyone? Hey, who wants this link cable? And like, it just doesn't make sense because the game recognizes your friends list. Like you can filter, like as people do things in the wild area, like, trigger max raid battles or ask to trade or things like that. It'll like pop up these kind of little cards on your home screen, kind of like a social media feed. And you can search, I think they're called stamps actually, but you can search those by like each category. If you're like just looking for max raids, you can join up on, you can search by those, whatever. But then you can also search friends only. But for some reason, the whole time we were trying to do it, it was not showing each other's stamp on our screens. So like we were in a Discord call. We knew we had set the same code. And when we weren't running into other people instead, because apparently multiple people come up with the same 4-digit codes, we were like just trying to, pick the stamp, like waiting for like basically, okay, I'm just gonna like do a regular link trade, and whenever you see the stamp show up, click on it and do a link trade with me. Because when you set the code, it locks that stamp so that like no one else can just grab the stamp and join in that way. But then when you do just a regular link trade, it's supposed to pop that stamp up that someone can go in and like initiate the trade with them that way, but it just wasn't popping up. So then it was just like there's no way unless you just happen to randomly get connected to each other, and it's just an awkward like backward system. And the only way you'd have to fix it is to be able to just filter requests by friends, so that when, or like, have an option where you can only trade with friends or something like that. You don't even have to have it chosen where like you can pick the friend you want to trade with, because maybe that's too complicated for Game Freak to figure out. But just have it where you can see what friends are open to trading at the moment, and then, pick their stamp. But it just decides, and I think it's like a NAT situation probably, where like it's an instanced online experience. So it's like you might just have to keep disconnecting and reconnecting until you end up in the same NAT group and can actually like, see each other in game. But it's just there's no indication of who you can actually like, who's going to show up. And the fact that we were in a call together and it still took like at least 40 minutes to get the trade stuff figured out was just absurd. Like we could have had multiple random trades in that time, but we were trying to specifically trade with each other.
That sucks.
But and then I tried to like open up a max raid battle and get him to join that with me. But the only option you can do is invite others or don't invite others, which basically means like it brings in computer players to fill in the rest of your 4-player party. But invite others opens it up to everyone. So I was just hoping that he saw my stamp in time to join. And he didn't.
It's so stupid.
3 other people popped in, so he didn't get to join me in the max raid when we were on a call together.
Oh my god.
And of course, the Switch online service or whatever, like the voice app isn't supported for Pokemon. So like there's not even any way to like offload the trade matching on that app. It's only in game. It's just really bad. Like I heard people complaining like, "Oh, I'm fine with Dexit, blah blah blah," but like I hate that they got rid of the GTS, like the global trade system that was in the 3DS game. I think in the DS and 3DS games.
Yeah, that's cool.
And like that system was fine. Like I never really got super into it or anything, but it worked. But this I thought was better because, like I said, you can see the people out in the wild area with you. Like it's so much more immersive. But when you actually need to interact with anyone and like try to set something up, it's terrible. And I miss the GTS. Like I understand the complaints now.
Yeah,
that was baffling to me. we finally found each other after I think like 6 different link codes and multiple disconnects and reconnects. And then just giving up for a while because I was like, maybe like I saw that like the service was down earlier that day. I was like, maybe it's just still having like connectivity issues. Let's just wait, do our own thing, and come back together. And I don't know if that's what caused it or if it was just like random happenstance that we finally found each other. But it was the stupid moment of like we set the code and then we're just like wandering a field because like if you get into a battle or trigger a conversation or something, it can throw off your search. So it was just like I was just like running back and forth across the bridge. And we're having a good conversation. It was fine. But then it was that moment of like, you in? No. You? No. Cool. Let's keep waiting, I guess.
It discourages you
Yeah.
from wanting to trade and play with your friends.
Right. And he's had some good success with like the surprise trade feature. That still works just fine because it's, with randoms.
Yeah.
But it shouldn't be that hard to actually connect with people you want to connect with.
Yeah.
And I imagine battling's the same way. We haven't tried it yet. But he's going to be down here next weekend for Thanksgiving, so I think we're just going to do it in person. Like,
yeah,
it sounds like too hard.
Better idea. Damn, dude.
But yeah, Pokemon is really good. I'm just super disappointed with that, and I feel like that's the kind of thing they need to patch in more functionality to.
Yeah.
We'll see. Aside from that, I don't think I've played anything, actually. I spent most of this week editing some travel stuff. Like I put out 2 of the just kind of the auxiliary videos, like before getting to the actual travel vlogs. There was one with Thomas. If you want to check that out, there's a Toronto institution called Uncle Tetsu's that has like some really good baked goods. And he told us about that place. We went over there and grabbed some snacks and stuff and tried those out. And then I had another one that was like just snack taste testing, like just various, Canada exclusive snacks that our friend Magic Zenith stuck around for.
Why did you get the old Dutch ketchup chips?
Why don't you ask my wife who wanted to save money? She saw I had the Lay's, and we got to the checkout, and like there was like a bin of the old Dutch with like different flavors, and she saw the ketchup and the like salt and vinegar or something garbage. And they were like 2 for $1, and she wanted the salt and vinegar chips. So she's like, let's just get these ketchup ones. They're the same thing.
Yeah, Old Dutch, don't go with the ketchup chips from them. They're kind of like a terrible brand here.
Yeah. They definitely didn't taste like ketchup.
No. I mean, they don't really taste like ketchup. It's just tangy, Like, it's got the tangy flavor of ketchup. It's not...
I don't know.
Yeah.
I am super upset that we can't get all dressed chips though. If you could like mail those to me or something, that'd be great.
Yeah, those all dressed chips are pretty badass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like a lifetime supply box of all dressed chips. I guess they'd go bad though.
I guess
we'll figure it out.
Yes, they do, but does it matter?
Eventually.
Eventually.
Brooke's really, really picky about stale chips. Yeah.
I'll eat stale chips. I don't give a shit.
Same. There's a point when they just become chewy, and then it's kind of gross.
Yeah.
But I will eat them long past their freshness. I'll say that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I am working on the actual vlog stuff now. I've almost got the first part done, but they take a lot more time. My goal, for some reason, I set this goal for myself to get all of this stuff done by like the end of the month. I think it's because I haven't put anything else out this month, so I'm like, okay, just focus on the travel stuff. Just get that out, and then December is another problem. But I also don't want to rush myself because then they won't be good. So we'll see. But they're really fun to put together, and Thomas will be in those too. That's why I'm shouting him out.
Am I?
The travel stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't remember you recording anything other than the food.
Just like general stuff. I mean, I had my phone out most of the time.
Oh, okay. I wasn't paying attention.
I guess not.
No,
you were posed in like pictures and video and stuff, but
yeah.
So that stuff is what's
Okay. Yeah. So Ben, what have you been up to?
I beat Luigi's Mansion 3,
Did you
aka
ghost
yeah, I ghosted all the ghosts, not
Did
all
you
the
bust
booze.
all over the ghosts?
Yeah, I did bust all over the ghosts.
Nice.
All that gooigi all over.
ectoplasm.
All that
It was a
gooigi.
spooky ghost.
Yeah, the game is super enjoyable, man. It's not gonna be game of the year or anything, but fuck, it was fun to play. I didn't get everything. Like I didn't go boo hunting at all. Like apparently there's like no point to doing it this time, which is fine because I found it arbitrary in the first one and the second one. So I'm glad it says optional. You don't need to do it to progress or anything. I feel like it's only in there just because it was in there in the first two, but either way. Very, very good. The final boss is easy, but it's the first two Luigi Mansion bosses against King Boo were not that bad. I actually like the boss fight with Helen. I think her name is Helen. The ghost. She runs the hotel. She's basically wanting to win the approval of King Boo, and I hope she shows up in like Mario spin-offs, like the tennis games and the next Mario Kart. I think she'd be a cool character versus another fucking metal character.
Luigi's Mansion doesn't seem to get the love in like auxiliary content.
It
King
should.
Boo has kind of
King
progressed.
Boo,
But
he's like the only one.
yeah.
But like, go make Ghost Pup a Polter Pup. That's what his actual name is. Make Polter Pup a playable racer in next Mario Kart. I swear to God, I will pay $120 for that shit.
It would probably just be Luigi.
He can't drive. He doesn't have hands.
Neither can Goomba, and he's in the fucking game.
Also, they give babies driver's license in those games.
Don't discriminate against Polter Pup because Polter Pup is the best thing that is the best Mario creation since Yoshi's Island 1. Okay, I said it. But it's just fun. Like I recommend it. Like if you never played Luigi's Mansion game, just play it. Just buy this one. There's like no story. It's fine.
You realize Yoshi's Island 1 wasn't the first appearance of Yoshi, right?
But it's the best appearance of Yoshi.
Just saying. If you're talking about the creation of a character.
But like it's the best version of him. So it's and timeline wise, it is his first appearance. So suck it. Anyways, Luigi's Mansion Black Friday is coming up. So I don't know if it's gonna be on sale. But if you see it on sale, you never know.
It's a Nintendo game.
Yeah.
You never know. You never know. I'm just saying. Maybe you never know. That's what I'm saying. Is even if it's not on sale, just buy it. It's really fun. It's really enjoyable. I thought it was going super quick because I felt like it was blowing through most of the stages. But then I looked at the time. It's about a 15-hour game, and that's going like not including like going for all the dungeons, not all dungeons, all the gems, which. I think I said it before, but I love how each floor has its own gem, and they're all uniquely shaped. So, like, some are musical notes, some are, like, they're attuned to the level that they're in. I really like that. I'll probably at some point go and try to get all the gems. You don't get anything for it, but just something to do. But yeah, that was a fun game. Luigi's Mansion is definitely going to be my top 10 games of this year. It came out under the radar, but I'm glad I enjoyed it as much as I did. Also, I played BlazBlue Cross Tag Battle because yesterday the 2.0 update finally launched. Tip, by the way, if you are interested in purchasing BlazBlue Cross Tag Battle, you will no longer I don't know if it's gonna be removed off the Switch store, but I know like on Steam it won't show the regular edition. It'll say BlazBlue Cross Tag Battle Special Edition. So that's the version you need to search for. because I kept trying to buy the DLC before I went to work, and I was like, why isn't it there? And I looked it up, like, oh, that's why. I tried out most of the characters. So far, the ninja from Segun and Kagura, aka Titty Ninjas, she was fun. They kind of give her like an ice dancer motif, where like when you keep pressing B, her combo string, she kind of dances around like a figure skater, and that's really cool to me. I tried the infamous Blitz tank, the actual tank that's in the game. He is dumb. It's dumb, hilarious, and oh my god, if you are not, it's not a beginner friendly character. That's for sure. I describe him as he's a command grab character without a command throw. In the sense he's a big body with all the problems of being a big body. So he has a laser attack that can go far and wide. If you miss that once, you're getting jumped in and you're getting comboed to death by a skilled player more than likely. But when you start doing him with shit, he's fun and he has a fun assist. So it's just ridiculous. It's so much fun. I tried a couple of new characters, but so far the Titty Ninja is so far my favorite in terms of what she does and her aesthetic. And it just reminded me why I fucking love this game. And I hate myself that I don't play it regularly. Also, it added another parts of the story mode. So that comes with, I don't know if that comes free or if you have to buy the DLC characters to get it. I imagine you have to buy the DLC characters to get access to it since they're playable in there. Yeah, that's fun. And the only thing I've ever played besides that has been Pokemon, Pokemon Shield. And I have to tell the story because when we recorded last week, I was barely like 5 minutes into the game. I was this close to choosing Sobble. And everybody knows on this podcast, I was Team Sobble, #SadBoys, whatever. And for some reason, I don't know what happened to my inner psyche. I saw Score Bunny, and I was like, And I kept remembering how Pokemon really doesn't do a good job of getting good fire types until like mid-late game, but there's always an abundant amount of water types and grass types. So I was like, and I looked back at all my Pokemon history, and like I do water, grass, grass. Yeah, because Gen 6 was the little porcupine guy, and then last gen I did water. I have never done fire. I have never picked a fire starter as my.
You've never picked
pick.
a Charmeleon.
You're talking about Cyndaquil? He's Gen 2.
I picked Totodile. I just said I picked water.
No, you said Gen 6 was the little porcupine.
No. Well, Chespin. I picked Chespin. Gen 6 was Chespin. That's what I picked.
It's not a porcupine.
I wasn't thinking. I couldn't remember his name. He's like a little. Yeah. Either way, but I've never picked fire, and something inside me just says, "Fucking pick him."
What is a Chespin? I'm looking at this thing. I don't understand what this is.
It's like a little round football. There you go.
I'm not sure.
No, he looks like some kind of monkey with a hat.
Leave him alone. But the thing that made me sad though is that like, so if you pick Score Bunny like I did, Hop will pick Grookey, who I don't like. I don't like Grookey at all.
No, he's terrible.
I hate that. I've seen this evolution too, and like I'm glad I didn't pick Grookey.
They suck.
But one thing that almost made me sad was that Sobble is left alone, and he looks to his left, he looks to his right, he goes, "Where'd my friends go?"
Forever alone.
Yeah, I'm like, oh god, no! I'm sorry, Sobble. I'm
That
sorry.
doesn't matter who you pick, though. I'll say that. It's a great scene no matter what.
Oh my god, I was like, why? But I'm glad the champion picks him up. I'm really glad he like, okay, you got a loving home, buddy. I'll fight you in the final gym battle. But so far, I really like this game a lot. I love the variety within the first couple of rounds.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think I could be hyperbolizing a bit, but most routes in Pokemon games, like here's your bird, here's your bug, and there's some of that too. But like you get Yamper really early on. I didn't expect that much. I love that fat little piece
Yeah, he
of
was
shit.
just like sitting on the path. I didn't even know he was catchable.
Yeah,
He wasn't in grass or anything. He was just like in the road.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I think I caught mine in the grass. I love the bug design in this one, especially its mid-evolution. I named mine's Hex because it looks like a hexagon.
Oh, that bug. There's multiple great bugs.
Oh, okay. I only ran into the one.
No such thing as a great bug.
Yeah.
I never really care about bugs, although they've gotten better in recent gens. I have 2 bugs in my team, and I'm not sure I'm going to get rid of either of them.
Yeah, I love now. Correct me, Gossifleur is new, right?
Yeah.
Okay, because I picked her up. I think mine's is a she, and I loved her. But then I dropped her for the fucking grass dragon, the apple.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, because
Which version do you have?
I have shield.
Okay.
Why the different versions for evolutions?
Do you actually want to know?
I mean, at this point, I've seen the final evolution, so like at this point, whatever.
Yes, there's versions of evolutions.
Okay, I don't know what I don't want to know what it's turned into, but I think that's interesting.
Yeah. I was wondering which version you would end up getting because
Yeah,
I have evolved mine. I have shield.
Okay.
Mine has sword, so if you ended up wanting the other one, I could get you one.
Okay, I'll keep that in mind. But so far, I love the fox. Him and the bug were the first ones to evolve.
I'm bummed the fox is only dark though.
Yeah, I kind of wish it would evolve into something else. So it's not it's not gonna be a mainstay.
No, like it's a campfire.
Yeah.
Why is it not fire type?
Yeah, dark fire would have been cool.
Right.
But it's whatever. It's all right. I already dropped the bird, Rukidi. I kind of wanted to keep it.
It's great actually, but I dropped it too.
Yeah.
There's not really as much reason for like dedicated water or dedicated flying since there's no way anymore.
Exactly. So like I dropped it for Gossifleur because like well just put that one in. I'm glad that Pokeboo is in the game. Like I love that. I love Pokeboo from Gen 6. Although my rule for this game is that I never ever do it because I'm a fucking nostalgic bitch. But I always tell myself I'm gonna only capture new mons, or I'm gonna only use new mons. I'm not gonna. Yeah. And so far I'm doing great.
But
yeah. About the wild area. Cool at first. Actually, it's still cool in general, just going in there and having full 3D movement. Although I wish you had a sprint button. Like that really annoys me that I don't have a sprint button.
Yeah.
It's not big, but it's just more of like I want to run through this.
You do get a bike.
Okay. That's good to know. But at least for my personal run, I don't see a lot of point staying in that much because I have no interest in doing the raid stuff yet. And so far,
late game Pokemon in the raids though. I just got one that like I was really excited. Like I knew it was going to be in my final team. No idea when you're supposed to catch it. I just randomly got on a max raid. Like sweet, I'm going to breed this thing and give it to everyone.
Is it a new Pokemon exclusive Galar? Like it's okay. So far, I just wandered around the wild area, and I only saw old Pokemon, which is fine. I caught a Stuffle. I love that bear.
It's a mix up.
Okay, I've only seen the old school. I haven't seen anyone yet, so I kind of just gave up the wild area. I was like, well, I'm just gonna play through the story and just catch what I catch in the route.
It's like silhouettes. Would you know?
Well, I was talking about the ones in the grass.
Oh, no, the max raid battles are like the pillars of light that come out of those.
Yeah, I haven't done any of those.
I was talking about that. Like I thought a late Pokemon.
No, I haven't done any of those. I've only just like kind of walked around the grass and just explored through there.
Okay.
And then like I tried to cross the bridge and the guy was like, "Hey, you can go in there, but like just warning, there's high level Pokemon." So I was like, "Well, there's no point in going in there at this point."
Yeah.
So
my first battle was a Joltik, which I was like, "Oh man, I love that thing, but it's not I'm going to use it."
Yeah, I probably won't do max raid battles. I'll probably just play the route as I'm going. Just play that and see what I catch in the routes itself.
Mm-hmm.
But one thing I do love is the gyms. Yeah, I don't know if I said this on this podcast before, but forgive me if I have. But I grew up a sports fan. Like, growing up in Texas, it's kind of hard not to, especially the household I lived in. So like the idea of like a stadium or an arena where like thousands are watching me perform / play has always sort of been in the back of my mind. And like ever since I was a kid, one thing I always wanted was like to see people fight the gym leaders, or not necessarily the gym leaders, but like the Elite Four. Like I feel like that should be like a big televised event. Like somebody's gonna challenge
someone should come out with pyro.
Exactly. But like one of the opening ceremony, I fucking love that where you get to see all 8 gym leaders, their personalities, their types, you know what you're preparing for. It's really cool. And then you actually get a uniform, which I thought was really, really neat. And you can choose your own number. I chose number 4 for one of my favorite quarterbacks of all time. Sorry for the football talk, but it's just what I'm relating to. But then when I got to Milo, I think this is the grass meter. Mister, I have a child head, but I'm a thick boy. First of all, I love the gym challenge. Like that was just that. Like I can't wait to do the other ones and see what they are. But I love the fact that like, all right, you have heard these wooloos through to get to the gym, do it, and it was just fun. And then you had the traditional, you know, you fight some trainers along the way, which I'm glad that was still in there. So it was like a mix of old and new. But the way the camera like follows you in the tunnel, and you walk out, and it looks like you're ground when you see the people in the stadium, and you're on the center pitch, as you know, our fans in the UK would call it. And it's like, this is awesome. And I played it. The reason why I'm so short is because I'm kind of dedicated to playing as much of this game on my TV as much as possible. So I'm not playing in a handheld mode as much. That's kind of changed slightly, but now that expansion's beaten, I have a game slot free. So, but I've officially beaten that gym. Team Yell is annoying. Don't like them.
They're fine.
Yeah, they're fine, but I don't like them. I think that's the point. I've met Betty, or Betty, as I'm calling them. Yeah, like as soon as you're a douche. Like, what did the first thing I said to myself, what did I do to you? And I'm just here. Like, why are you so mean? Right, so now I can't wait to kick Betty's ass. Yeah, like it's just like, yeah, it's not perfect, it's not technical and all this other stuff. You go ahead and find whatever you can nip this game to death. Is what I'm saying. You could do that if you wanted to, but I'm enjoying it. Like I love it. I love the new monsters. I love the cooking, the camping stuff. Oh my god, I love the camping stuff. It's so good and simple, yet it's fucking adorable. When you call over your Yamper and he's feeling on his tiny little legs running towards you, oh my god, and you throw the ball and he comes back at you, oh my god, it's so fucking precious. It's so precious. I love it. And you can make the curry. The curry's great. I haven't bought too many ingredients, so I haven't experimented with that. But I love that stuff. It's super fun. Yeah, like I kind of want to beat this game though as fast as I can so I can get back to Dragon Quest XI. I'm not gonna lie. But I'm
kind of the same way, so we can get back to Outer Worlds.
Yeah.
Plus, Jedi Fallen Order in the near future.
Too many fucking games. It's too many fucking games. But yeah, this is solid so far. You know, again, there's a lot of nitpicks you can do, a lot of other things, whatever. But I'm not gonna be one of those guys. I'm enjoying what I am. I have good feelings when playing it. But that's all I've played this week. I mean, I played Street Fighter, but nobody wants to hear about that anymore.
Speaking of Jedi Fallen Order, I've been playing some of that. And Justin, can you?
What?
I'm gonna spoil something.
Okay, I'm being licked anyway. Bye.
Okay, so Ben, guess what?
Okay.
I did a side quest thing, and like I went to a place where I wasn't supposed to go at the beginning of the game, and I got to a part where there's like this desk. And it says acquire upgrade. So I'll go up to it. I acquire my upgrade. He starts tinkering with his lightsaber, and all of a sudden he gets a second he gets a dual bladed lightsaber.
Nice.
So like you get to be like fucking Darth Maul.
Oh my god, yes.
It's so fucking cool. It's really powerful too in like a group of like enemies and stuff. So I've been using that like for most of the fight. And if I need to fight a boss or something, I switch over to the single blade.
Oh, so you can just switch manually, like in part, right?
Yeah, in game, like you can just switch. Like you can just put one, like you can just put both of them, or like retract it. It's really fucking cool. Yeah, like as soon as I found that, I was stoked to play the rest of this thing, and yeah, I just been playing through, killing stormtroopers, all that good shit. I got an ability where I can just run straight at a dude, and he'll automatically block all the bolts, all the shots. It's pretty cool. I'm just really excited to play more of this.
Shoulder? What are you doing?
Yeah, I don't really have a whole lot to say other than like I'm noticing things like upgrades I'll probably be getting in the future, like double jumps and lightsaber throws and stuff like that. So that'll be pretty cool. Yeah, I want to play more of this. Like I've just been fanboying out over this thing because like
It looks really good.
it looks really good. There's like a lot of nitpicky things like I talked about last week. That like keeps it from being like like a 10 out of 10 or a 9.5 or whatever. But this has like been a really good experience for like Star Wars fans. So
Yeah. When I buy my Xbox One S next year and with Game Pass, this will probably be one of the few games I buy when it's like $20 or something.
yeah,
Because it looks like a lot of fun.
it's really cool. All right, how do we get Justin back?
I don't know. The cat kind of has him in a stranglehold.
Okay. Maybe I'll DM him on Discord.
You can just like wave or something when I should come back. Cool.
There you go. I waved.
I'm not moving though. I'm comfy.
All right, cool. So yeah, let's get into the news of the week, and
Literally, the only thing you had to talk about was a spoiler.
pretty much like I did that, and I did a couple other stuff while you weren't here.
Oh, so you just didn't feel the need to tell me?
No.
Cool.
I don't want to
Thanks.
spoil the game for you.
No, I thought you meant like unrelated to the spoiler stuff.
Eh. So speaking of not wanting to talk about Street Fighter, let's talk about Street Fighter. Street Fighter 5 Champion Edition announced. Gil joins the roster next month.
So yeah, this past weekend at the North America Regional Finals, aka NARF, they had a 2 tournaments actually, or 1 open tournament and one.
Ben.
What?
Does Pinky host this?
What are you talking about?
From Pinky and the Brain?
Oh yeah, oh my god, I wasn't even trying to do that.
Nerf.
Nerf. That's how subconscious that shit is, man. You just do it when. Oh my god. Okay, yeah, but Narf. That guy is still doing voice acting, which shoutouts to him.
Yeah.
So yeah. Anyways, at the conclusion of the invitational of the North America Regional Finals, aka NARF, they Yoshinori Ono, the director of Street Fighter V, basically came out and showed a trailer and for a new character, and we had suspected we might be getting a new character, and it turns out it's Gil from Street Fighter 3. He was the boss. He's the half red and blue dude who had fire and ice, and who would, if he had full bar and you beat him with the full bar, he would go resurrection and then whoop your ass. Not one of the best Street Fighter bosses. Then again, it's hard to top M. Bison, but he has a cool. He has
Dictator.
Dictator, yeah, for international viewers. I want to get in the habit of saying that more, but I have M. Bison so ingrained in my head. But he comes along. He's going to come the day of Capcom Cup or the day after Capcom Cup, or shortly after. He's also coming with a new stage, which is a really dope stage with it's half red, half blue with the this cool leaning Tower of Pisa-esque thing going on. It's really cool. They shot off his 2 V triggers. One of his V trigger 2 is literally called blocking, where it's basically a parry like Street Fighter 3. The cool thing about his parry is that most characters have a 5-frame startup, meaning you don't really get much off of getting it. Versus Gil, he parries you, he can get something off of it pretty well. One thing I was worried about is that when they first showed him off, and by the way, Liam O'Brien is voicing him, and he is godlike, is voicing Gil. So one thing that I was worried about is that Gil is Urian's brother, and I was worried that they were going to make him very similar, and he's not. He has his own sort of gimmick. There's some similar moves because they're from the same sort of secret organization, and they're brothers. So like Ken and Ryu, there's going to be similarities, but there's enough differences. So it's going to be fun. But also with that, Yoshinori Ono had another announcement after the reveal of Gil, is that coming February, we will be getting Street Fighter V Champion Edition. Now that may sound a little weird to you. I keep saying Championship Edition, by the way. So if I say it on accident, I apologize.
Oh yeah, I think I might have said that too.
Yeah, it's like I'm just like Street Fighter 2 Championship Edition. This is just called Champion Edition.
Right.
I wish they would have just called it Championship Edition. This is weird.
You might as well, right?
Yeah. So coming this February, Street Fighter 5 Championship. See, I did it again. Champion Edition is going to be a thing. It's going to be on sale for $29.99, and it's going to have all characters, every single character, 40 characters, which means come Capcom Cup, we have one more character to reveal, and it's going to come with over 200 costumes. Not every single costume will be available. The only ones that won't be available are the ones that are in the Fighting Chance thing, which is basically the loot box system for Street Fighter V, which I don't really pay much attention to. But still, there's still a lot of other costumes that are not in there. And you're going to get, like I said, all the characters and everything. But say you're and of course, if you already own Street Fighter V like me, you do not have to buy Champion Edition. You will upgrade to Champion Edition as normal. You're going to get the balance updates for free. And then you're also going to be getting the big thing about Champion Edition that got all people hyped was everybody's getting a new V skill. V skill is basically if you press medium punch and medium kick at the same time, every character kind of has a specific special ability they can do. Just to like be brief about it. And since launch, it's only been the one. And then when they did Arcade Edition, everybody got a second V trigger, kind of shook up the meta a bit. And now they actually showed off some V skills like Chun-Li gets her Hazanshu, Ryu gets another cool parry attack, Ken gets this overhead drop kick. They haven't shown everybody. They're actually right now on their Twitter. They're like at least seemingly every day they're showing off new V skills, which is pretty cool. But say you own Street Fighter V, or you want to get into Street Fighter V. You can purchase an upgrade kit for $5 off, and if you purchase the upgrade kit for $24.99, you will get all the Champion Edition content, including the costumes and everything, instantly. So if you're someone like me, who even though I've played the game since launch, I only own like 3 DLC characters. I own most of the stages. But I don't own any of the characters. I don't own any other costumes. It's like, why buy costumes for characters I don't own, right? So, and also if you're like a new player, like by the way, Street Fighter V currently is on sale for $8, like vanilla version. So even if you buy that version and you buy the upgrade kit, you're gonna get everything. So I think that's a fucking steal. Or you can just wait till February and just pay $30, and even that's a fucking steal. I think it's really cool. But a lot of people, it just got me thinking like this might be the end of Street Fighter V or the beginning of the end, because it kind of feels like this is their like Ultra Street Fighter 4 kind of thing to them, where like this is everything. They're putting everything up on sale, but who knows? Maybe they'll announce a whole season pass at the end of Capcom Cup, or they'll announce new characters at EVO next year. I don't know, but it got me definitely excited. The new V skills has me definitely excited. Rashid has this one where he could just seemingly jump off the wall anywhere he wants, and this just has me going nuts as a Rashid main. But yeah, I'm looking forward to playing more Street Fighter V heading into 2020 and beyond.
Ben,
yeah,
I have a question.
So
this Gil guy,
yeah,
the red and blue looks cool and all.
Yeah,
what's up with his thong?
That's the Illuminati. That's what they wear. Even Urien has it. It was his default costume in Street Fighter 3.
What's the front look like?
He's packing. Like actually, I'm not lying. If
Is
you look,
penis like split half and half, blue and red too.
Oh my god, that's a great question.
It probably isn't some. I should look up some Gil fan art, and it's probably split. I would imagine it is. Urien's not like that. Urien is the younger brother, so he's not. He's just all regular.
Okay, cool.
So yeah, now who's going to be the final character? I don't know. A lot of people think it might be Seth from Street Fighter 4, and that has a lot of people mad, but there's no basis in that confirmation. Nobody likes Seth from Street Fighter 4. Nobody likes him.
Nobody likes Seth.
Nobody likes Seth. Sorry,
Everyone
Seth.
always comes to the worst conclusions. Like, I don't want this to happen, but I bet this is going to happen. Why do
Well,
you immediately think that?
Well, it's because like they put like the Gills in there because he's the Street Fighter 3 boss, and the only boss who's not in Street Fighter 5 is Seth. So it's like, and Seth was a nightmare in Street Fighter 4, from my understanding, because he basically has the power of everyone. He's like Shang Tsung on steroids. So just think about that. So I'm hoping it's not Seth. I'm hoping it's somebody cool, but we'll see. We got a month, about less than 3 weeks before the Super Bowl of Street Fighter 5, which is Capcom Cup 2019.
Cool.
Cool. You want to talk about Guilty Gear now, and then your arc stuff after?
Let's get. I feel like we should get some breather because I need to stop
Okay,
talking.
fine.
Let's get some
A lot of
breather.
fighting games.
Fine,
Yeah,
fine,
let's
fine.
break it up between.
Figure I just pack all the fighting game news into one section, but
This game's packing on fighting moves like Gil's packing on dick. No?
You can
All
see Urian's dick in Third Strike. Like it's like that, like how defined Chun-Li's thighs are. You can see Gil's dick.
Oh.
It's there.
Veins and all?
Well, maybe not vein, but you can see it through the cloth.
Hmm.
I know Dudley's you can. Like you can see it against his pant leg.
all right. We'll break it up then, I guess. Let's talk a little bit about Valve. So, the way I found out about this was that Valve tweeted out that they're excited for Half-Life Alyx, their new flagship VR game. And made an announcement, or well, they're gonna show more on Thursday at 10 a.m., which already happened. But apparently this was leaked out from Jeff Keighley, or like an interview he did or something. Like the transcripts got leaked out. But anyways, now the actual announcement is here. And yeah, Valve now has Half-Life Alyx coming out, a new Half-Life game. Full length.
Only in VR.
Yeah, well, only in VR, which I expected the next Half-Life game to be fully in VR. I didn't expect it to be a regular game.
I guess. I mean, like, Valve is all in on VR right now. It seems to be the only games they're producing, that and card games. But still.
So it's set to be released PC-based VR headsets March 2020. You can watch the trailer above. Half-Life Alyx is Valve's first Half-Life game since 2007. Game takes place between the events of the first and the second Half-Life games. New VR title stars Alex Vance and her father Eli as they work to organize a resistance against the Combine. Players will take control of Alex, just as it was revealed in a report featuring a leak from Half-Life Alyx earlier this week. The puzzles, exploration, combat, all that good stuff. Everyone at Valve is excited to be returning to the world of Half-Life, says Valve founder Gabe Newell in a press release. VR has energized us. We've invested a lot of ourselves in technology, but we're also game developers at heart. And to be devoting ourselves to a VR game this ambitious is just as exciting. It's a funny quote because they were video game developers.
Yeah.
Now to be like, yeah, we do technology, but like we're gamers at heart.
Remember when we made games? We're gonna try that again. What I do find cool about this, like I'm not gonna play this, just totally honest. But what I do find cool about this is it's on other VR platforms. Like Valve's always been very open source, like, hey, use our platform or don't, but play our games. Like we just want to make sure you can play them.
Yeah, it says here the HTC Vive, but also Oculus Quest with the PC Link cable and Microsoft's mixed reality headset, which is cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like I would love to play this. I just not in the cards for me to buy another VR headset for PC.
Yeah.
And I'm a huge Half-Life fan. So it's like a double-edged sword. Like I knew this was coming eventually at some point, but I can't play this now. So just further down the road, I'll have to look into this. Half-Life has always been about like technology. It hasn't like there's a story to it and there's like lore and stuff, but like at its heart, it's always been about like furthering the gaming.
The assimilation of man.
It's always been about furthering like the gaming industry. And
It's the title of my biography: The Assimilation of Man into Me.
Apparently Half-Life Alyx will support mods, which is pretty cool.
That's neat.
Imagine all the creepy stuff you could do in VR with Alex
Dicks everywhere.
and Alex. I remember when Half-Life 2 was coming out, like hearing about like an Alex like porn magazine or something. Like it was really weird. She was in like a porn magazine. Weird shit, man. Okay. All right.
I don't understand.
Okay. Yeah, it was just like I remember like being a kid, like again, it was like 2007 or 6 or something. So I was like 16, 17.
It's not a kid.
That's a kid. Teenager.
Yeah.
Teenagers
Yeah, I
are
would call.
kids.
Yeah.
I wasn't a kid when I was 16.
You were a man.
Yeah, kind of had to be.
Aw.
Okay. For minimum specs, people that are interested, OS Windows 10, processor Core i5 or Ryzen 5, memory 12 gigabytes, and graphics GTX 1060 or an RX 580 with 6 gig VRAM. So you gotta have a lot of RAM to run VR games, apparently.
Yeah, I'd imagine. Yeah.
Get that RAM.
Yeah, of course, like there's gonna be like a lot of pissed off people about this, but like, if you really didn't see the next Half-Life thing being a VR thing, I don't know what to say.
Right.
Where's Half-Life 3? Where's him?
Yeah, and I don't know. Like, it's weird that this is like the next Half-Life thing is an Alex spin-off, basically. That's like taking part between the two games. It's so weird. I wonder where like everything else went for like Half-Life 3, Episode 3, and all that stuff.
They're allergic to threes.
Yeah. We'll get Portal VR next.
That'd be cool. There's
No.
What do you mean no?
That's like just thinking of that making my head
It's
nauseous.
gonna make you barf. There's
Oh,
like
hell
some there's like some concept games out there that have the same like portal-ness to it in VR. It's pretty cool. I like watching VR stuff, so I'll probably just watch this, honestly.
Yeah. Although it's hard to record good footage of VR games.
It
Still.
is, but
It won't look good.
it'll look like a VR game.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, like, in VR it'll look good. I'm just saying, like, recording it won't look good.
mhm. All right, Ben, take it away with Guilty Gear.
Okay, so along with the NARF this past weekend, there was also the Arc Revo Finals.
Oh, the Arc
which
Revo- okay.
yeah, what's the same thing? It was announced as the same event.
Oh, okay.
But first off, we finally have a name for Guilty Gear 2020. It is going to be called Guilty Gear Strive, and we have a release date for late 2020, which I think surprised a lot of people. I think some people suspected it might have been a June release, for getting ready for EVO, but no, this pretty much guarantees it will not be a game at EVO, which means a slot is open. Well, we'll see. Also teasing that, they also teased off another character, Dr. Faust, who is one of the original characters from Guilty Gear.
Isn't it
Back
Faust?
then, Faust, whatever. Same thing. It was known as Dr. Baghead or something in the first game, in the PlayStation Guilty Gear. But he's back in his trailer, very, very short, but very, very creepy, as Dr. Faust is. So there's that. But then also they announced Arc Revo is coming back for another world tour in 2020. And instead of like this past year, they had Blazers Central Fiction, Blazers Cross Tech Battle, Guilty Gear Rev 2, and I think there was one more. I think Uniclear, Under Night and Birth might have been one of them, but I don't remember. But coming next year, there's only going to be 2 games on the Arc Revo World Tour. It's going to be Blazers Cross Tag Battle, of course, and we're also going to get Arc's other new game, which is Grand Blue Fantasy, which is releasing February of next year. And they also released some information on the tour events, in addition to your typical big tournaments that are going to have points. They're actually going to do something what Tekken does, and Tekken has a system called dojo events, where based on how many number of entrants show up to your local tournament scene or your local scene, you can earn points at your local. And so Arc Revo is copying that in the best possible way, in that you're going to have Daredevil events. So based on the size of your scene, your tournament, you can apply registration and you can earn points that way. So maybe you can't always get to like Combo Breaker or a big tournament that within a couple months because it's expensive as fuck to travel. Also, they're going to have online qualifying, which I hope to God it's going to be rough, especially for Blaze, because that net code is not good, and hopefully the net code for Grand Blue is good. So yeah, and the qualifiers, the finals will be of late next year, so probably right around when Guilty Gear is going to get ready to release. It's also going to be sponsored by Psy Games. They're the people behind Grand Blue Fantasy. So yeah, there you go. It's going to be a good year to be an Arxis fan next year because they got a lot of stuff coming out. And hopefully, I hope people go to their locals and increase size so you can be a sizable Daredevil event and qualify to fight against the best players in Japan. So there you go.
I want to increase my size. Ben, can you teach me how to increase my size?
No, just no.
You sure you don't want to offer him private lessons?
No. I'll go to the Chun-Li Discord if I want private lessons.
Oh, speaking of private lessons, I'm sure Borderlands will want to give you a private lesson.
What?
I don't know.
I mean, that Moxie's something, let me tell you.
Maybe Moxie will give you a private lesson. There we go.
There you go.
Borderlands 3 first DLC campaign announced. Release date revealed and new trailer. I'm just going to let Justin talk about this because he put it in.
I just kind of skimmed it and then looked at Moxie's picture for a while.
Okay.
But the first Borderlands 3 DLC is called Moxie's Heist of the Handsome Jackpot, and it's set to be released on December 19th. It actually sounds kind of cool, like the way they're still trying to shoehorn Handsome Jack into this despite him being dead. Kind of like they did in pre-sequel, although I guess that was like before he was evil, right? He wasn't dead yet.
Yeah.
Anyway, this is a new planet that you will be able to get access to that's got unique casino zones. I assume similar to like the slots in Borderlands 2. And it's basically like it's a casino in Handsome Jack's name, so it's just as gaudy as he was. But it's a whole new area you explore, and Moxie sends you on a quest there to, steal from the casino. Like that's pretty self-explanatory. I kind of looked through some of the pictures from this thing, and it's very bright and colorful. Like it looks pretty cool, actually. And Handsome Jack's like hologram face is everywhere, so we'll see if maybe the actor comes back for like some pickup lines or something. But this also has, as well as like probably some new characters, this has the return of some Hyperion soldiers, which I guess are not in Borderlands 3 otherwise. So just a lot of robot fighting. It also has new cosmetics, customizable items, weapon trinkets, new skin, emotes, and more weapon loot, as always. It also says, right now, actually, Gearbox is making Borderlands 3 free-to-play for a limited time on PS4 and Xbox One from November 21st to 24th, if you're interested in checking out the game before the new content is released. I would guess they've noticed some numbers dropping off in this game already, so they're trying to push the user base back. Because I never hear people talk about it.
Yeah,
But
my clan was all talking about it the day it released, and then after that, it was nothing.
yeah, it did not come out at a good time.
I think it came out on its own. Like, I don't remember anything else near it.
It was in September
Yeah,
with
that's when it starts.
I don't.
That's when the fall madness starts. I remember everything got out of the way of Borderlands.
No, it was other stuff.
Like, Destiny was supposed to launch, but then it moved to October 1st.
Where? Oh, that's not helping. Oh my god. So I go to a list of like September 2019 releases, and it's friggin' just an upcoming games list that had cached. Oh, here it is. Okay.
Just go to Wikipedia, man.
Borderlands 3. Oh, for this is only PS4. That's stupid. For me, it was Zelda came out in September, but there was something else too. I can't remember.
Dragon
I'm
Quest.
sure the crossover of Zelda and Borderlands is very high.
Maybe.
Dragon Quest 11.
Come on.
Dragon Quest 11 was also on Switch, though. I thought there was another console thing.
No. There was like Control was around the area, but like that's not.
The Sega Genesis Mini came out.
Yeah, I guess.
It were released on its own. I'm telling you, man.
Control was at the end of August. That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just kind of people played it and they were done with it.
Astral Chain again on Switch, though.
And
Final Fantasy VIII remastered. That's.
Oh yeah, that will definitely steal people away from it.
Gears 5. That was the other one in September.
Oh,
Boom. What up?
y'all played that game together too.
Yeah.
And we stopped.
How quickly you forget our time together.
Oh,
I thought that we did more of that in October though.
Shh.
I don't know. I'm just saying that to cover my ass.
We do need to get back to it, though.
Yeah.
There's been too many other games lately.
Yep.
Yeah, I knew there was something else.
I've been too busy with Destiny.
You're always too busy with Destiny.
It's down tonight. It's been down for like 12 hours now.
Oh, wow.
I played Star Wars today.
That explains why you were streaming Star Wars. Okay.
Yep. I assume you're not coming in because you don't want to be spoiled.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's exactly it.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully I'll have it soon. The Xbox Black Friday deals, like at least on the Microsoft website, it's supposed to start on Sunday. So I'm going to check those out. And then if they're not as good as like what's in store, I'm going to try in store. But I mean like online in store, that is. I'm not going to get out on Black Friday.
Yeah, next news story we have is Saints Row. There's a new Saints Row game being revealed in 2020.
didn't they blow up the universe last time?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not making that up. Okay, good.
If I had to guess, like Saints Row 4 was like a virtual world, so they could like kind of have the gimmick of
Wait,
like
you never played Saints Row 4?
no. Well, I played a little bit.
So I'll tell you what the premise of it is. Saints Row 4, they basically blow up the world and get kidnapped by aliens.
Yeah,
And they get jacked into the Matrix.
right. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like it takes place in a virtual world to get around the fact that like the world's exploded and stuff. If I had to guess, Saints Row 5 would be a post-apocalyptic game.
If I had to guess, it'd be an alien game. Like a spaceship game.
There's like no Earth, right? It's like gone.
Oh, like it's on another planet? That'd be kind of
yeah,
cool.
like other planets and stuff, yeah.
Far Cry in space.
Because at the
I'm
end
cool-
of it,
I'm cool with either of
they
those.
basically end up taking over the ship from the aliens.
Oh, okay.
So,
I'm good. I mean, that probably makes more sense, like, for one, in context of the story, obviously, but also, like, where things are headed recently. I think like, space games are more popular for parody than apocalypse games.
yeah. So Coach Media says Saints Row game will be officially announced in 2020. We heard. Wait. So they're saying that this game is going to be officially announced in 2020, but they're announcing the announcement of
They're saying that there is a new Saints Row game being made, but they're not ready to show it off yet, basically.
Is this an announcement of an announcement? We heard back in
Yeah.
August that a new Saints Row game is in development from publisher THQ Nordic. After GI Biz recently spoke to Coach Media, CEO
I think
Clemens,
it's Coke.
whatever, who cares? We know to expect
Them.
more details on the game next year. Yeah, they're the ones that care, okay? Saints Row is very close to our hearts, and we'll talk about it next year. For the time being, we just wanted to get the word out that it's coming, and it's going to be great. Well, hopefully it's great.
I mean, THQ Nordic really hasn't disappointed yet, despite the jokes I make about them not actually being a game development company and just being a drug front.
Agents of Mayhem ended up disappointing a lot of people.
Was that them?
That was the Saints Row people.
Yeah, but was that before THQ Nordic bought them?
I have no fucking idea.
Because that's like Deep Silver or whatever.
I don't know.
And Deep Silver's made some trash.
Okay.
No, Agents of Mayhem was Volition.
They were the Saints Row people. That's all I know. Volition did make the Saints Row games. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
But they were produced by Deep Silver, who THQ Nordic bought.
This is too confusing. I'm done with this story.
Yeah, it's a lot. And then now apparently Koch Media owns THQ Nordic, who owns Deep Silver, who...
No. Koch Media was acquired by THQ Nordic 2 years ago.
Oh, acquired. Okay. What? It's friggin' monopolies, man. I can't keep up. I'm just gonna drink.
Yeah. Anyways, Saints Row. Either enjoy it or don't.
Those are the two options.
I think it Saints Row 4 was a good send off. Like it was a good hey, remember the old times and all the cool shit that happened throughout the series? I'm like, yeah, that was really cool stuff. And
That's why I see Saints Row 5 being like a reboot. Like there's something totally different.
I just don't want another Saints Row game. Like I'm done with that series. I don't know. Something I'm not done with is Xbox and Microsoft.
Yeah.
Microsoft Scarlet aims to support Microsoft's Play Anywhere scheme. I don't know why they call it
Yay.
a scheme. Xbox head Phil Spencer has said that Microsoft aims to support its Play Anywhere in the next generation, allowing cross-play, cross-buy, and cross-saves, and achievements across Xbox One, Scarlet, and PC platforms. Yay!
It's weird to me that this thing comes out next year and that we don't know the name of it yet. Like, is Xbox Scarlet legit now, or are they just still...
I hope it is,
There's
'cause
going to
that's
be
badass.
an announcement or like an event or something where they'll unveil it.
Because you'd think they would have announced it at, XO19. Their actual, conference that just happened.
They could always do like they did with the Xbox One reel, where they just sprung up an event that was not, it didn't exist before.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they did. They usually do this stuff in February, March was the last one.
I hope they call
Maybe.
it Scarlet though. That's badass.
Because E3 is too late. Like, the thing comes out next fall.
I just hope they don't call it Xbox 2.
Agreed.
That'd be terrible. Microsoft aims to make another transition between Xbox One and Scarlet to be smoother than 360 and Xbox One. 360 to One shouldn't have been two self-contained silos. We talked about how important digital was going to be this generation, and yet we didn't move the digital purchases that you made on the 360 to the Xbox One. I always thought that was a miss. Spencer hopes that third-party developers will take inspiration from Play Anywhere. When most of the situation is out of Microsoft's hands, we think it's a good thing that third-party games allow more players to play their games, but its relationships with third parties, they own their content, he said. Just like some third parties are in Game Pass and some are not, it's their choice.
I really like how open Phil Spencer is about the business side of Microsoft.
Yeah, he's that's the best thing about him.
Yeah. Because he basically says, we screwed up by not making it this way with 360 to Xbox One.
Yeah.
So we want to fix that now because we want to gain back people's good favor from the terrible Xbox One launch. I was with everyone else when Xbox One launched with this thing is stupid. This is going to be the end of Microsoft. They're not going to make another game console after this.
It was a really bad
And now
misstep.
it really was.
Yeah.
And now it's the end of its life, and I want one. That's a huge transition.
Yeah. I think honestly the whole carrying your library over is the biggest deal about these new consoles.
That's awesome.
That's how the way it should be now since everything's digital. There's no real physical media restrictions on this stuff anymore.
Yeah. Because I really do think between an Xbox One X and a PC, I'll be good for next gen.
Yeah.
Unless they just stop putting like if they backpedal on all this stuff and stop putting like their exclusive on PC and like stop the cross generational like game launches where I can't play the new stuff on Xbox, like that's the
I
only
bet
reason I would feel the need to get a new one.
I bet there will be a point where you'll eventually not be able to do that just because of the way hardware is and developers like move on. But I don't know.
But it's always a matter of like just what you're willing to accept. Like the Switch, it's gotten some ports of games that you wouldn't have expected to see on there, and they are not up to the standard of the other consoles. But if you're willing to accept that, there's still perfectly fine versions of those games.
Yeah, and then
It's the same concept.
You also have developers like, do they want to put in the work to make an Xbox One X version, other than?
Well, no, it would just be scaling, just like on PC.
Yeah, I don't know how it's gonna go down.
Like as long as it matches the minimum required specs, it can run on that system. That's the thing.
Yeah.
And so we're getting to a point where like you don't have to innovate every generation.
I guess that's what they're trying to solve with their like Project xCloud stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They are.
Which, by the way, you can sign up for beta. I tried, but I'm not allowed because I'm Canadian.
Oh, that's racist. I might actually. That looked kind of cool.
Yeah. Yep.
And I think that they said that's part of Game Pass. Like the subscription for it's part of the Game Pass Ultimate.
Yeah, that's why I looked up to see if I could sign up for the beta.
Yeah, I'll do that and report back.
That'd be cool.
Because I'm not a dirty Canadian.
Damn, that was mean.
Did you shout after you got home?
Yeah, actually, because travel days are gross. I'm an honorary Canadian now, though.
You have it in your Twitter.
Yeah, I do.
Wow.
I'll probably get rid of that after Thanksgiving and like go to a Christmas name or something.
Yeah.
No, just keep it like that forever so Thomas gets annoyed about it that you haven't changed in months.
Ben.
Why would he get annoyed?
Ben. I hate you so much.
Ben at C2E2. It's fucking June, Ben. Change it.
Panzer Dragoon hype man. Fucking no one cares about Panzer Dragoon.
It's not changing until that game comes out, and even then, it's gonna stay there to at least March.
All right. Yeah, that's our last news story for the day. Justin, where can people find you?
Oh yeah, I guess it is. You can find me if you look for Zero Score on Twitter or YouTube or Twitch/Mixer. I have new internet being installed on Monday, and I also will hopefully be doing a dual stream with Magic Zenith for a Link to the Past randomizer. It will be a stream regardless. It's just a matter of whether or not I will also be streaming. Like if there's issues with the new internet being set up, or I still can't stream even with it, which would be upsetting because that's the reason I'm switching out. But I will be on his stream. It just you won't be able to watch me play. It would just be my commentary with his game, so it's not the same. But anyway, we're gonna be hanging out Monday night. And then I'm going to try to start streaming again if the new internet works out. So that should be fun.
Ben?
You can find me at twitter.com/MarvinSiggy, where you can find me tweeting at Jeff Keighley and the Video Games Awards, asking why isn't Arslan Ash...
Why is Death Stranding winning everything, Keighley?
Well, it's going to win everything. Yeah, it's going to be this year's Red Dead. And you know...
The game that doesn't deserve to win, you mean?
Yeah, pretty much. And not because of its merits, but because he's Kojima's buddy. There you go. I'm calling now. But why?
To be fair, though, he doesn't vote. It's the industry.
Yeah, but he probably has final. Whatever. It's a award show. It's all fixed anyways. It's a wrestling show.
He's incentivizing the industry to vote.
Exactly. But yeah, you can find me there. I tweet a lot of fighting game stuff. I'm also the personal hype man for Panzer Dragoon. And I retweet a lot of art. Some of it may or may not include anime titty or not. I don't know.
Okay. You can find me, your host Thomas, on Twitter, CSG Thomas. You can also email me, thomas@charshot.com, for any questions and stuff for the show. I'm also on Twitch, Play Stuff. You can join our Discord or the clan Discord if you visit charshot.com. Leave a review on iTunes. Stitcher. We are also on Spotify. And I think that's it. Until then, guys, enjoy your games. Have a good night.
Postscript,
No.
also known as PS. Josh Trank, the director of the 2015 Fantastic Four movie,
Fantastic.
has put out a review of his own Fantastic Four movie, giving it 2 stars. And that's amazing. End of podcast.